said, look, we're for middle class. We're for middle class tax cuts. That's all they had to say. You had to say, well, it's bad for small business, and you almost had to have an economic degree to understand it. How will you make a simple, understandable message?
Well, I think you have hit the nail on the head on that the campaign, that the McCain campaign struggled to provide a simple, short, and easy to understand message of economics for that middle class person. Joe the plumber almost pushed the reset button on the campaign. Joe the plumber was almost able to accomplish that by hitting on the spread the wealth and really kind of turning the economic message around and giving Senator McCain an effort and a chance and an opportunity to deliver that message. But I think fundamentally, I think that's going to go together as one of the biggest issues and concerns and problems with the campaign is they were unable to put out a simple yet easily understandable plan about on the economy. It is, and look, I think part of the reason why, because Senator McCain is a leader when it comes to foreign policy and national security issues, and that's an issue that's going to be an issue for any of our candidates going forward. Is you can have great ideas, and the other guy's issues might be bad, but if you're not able to communicate them in a short and articulate way, you're going to miss out with the voters.
Do you think Governor Palin will try to emerge as the de facto leader of the party nationally? Do you expect to have her in Ohio anytime soon?
I don't know the answer to either of those questions, Bill. I think it's too soon to say. She has to determine what her role is. I know there are many folks in the conservative movement who would like to see her continue on and be a part of that. Nationally, I think those are things that candidly she has to decide over the next weeks, months, and days. And right now there's no plan for her to be back in Ohio, although we'd be willing to take her back anytime she wanted to come in.
Kevin, do you think she was a net boost for the ticket here in Ohio, or a drain?
Well, I think the excitement that we saw at our victory centers as a part of our grassroots efforts you can trace them back to her entry into the race. Many of the volunteers who came in and were aggressively making phone calls and knocking on doors, many of them were there because they believed in Governor Palin, either because of the policies that she embraced, or because of the historic nature of being the first woman, first female on the ticket for the Republican Party, or candidly by some of the nasty treatment that she had received from the national media, not the local media for sure, but the national media, and almost her in some instance the belief that she was being picked on, and so when you look at what she did in the state of Ohio to turn our volunteers out and engage them and excite them and get them involved in the process, I think it was a net gain for us at that level.
I don't think there's any question that this was a referendum election on Barack Obama, and our base was largely turning out to volunteer based on opposition to Senator Obama, more so than support of Senator McCain, until Senator McCain added Sarah Palin to the ticket. Then all of a sudden we saw this turn in our volunteer intensity among people who got excited about the Republican ticket, and I don't know all of the reasons behind that, except that Sarah Palin added a sense of energy that we saw in crowds all the way up to Election Day. I mean, I don't know if you saw, many of you were probably at the Biden rally, where was it, Newark or Marion, where there was a few hundred people at best. I mean, it was about a quarter of the gym. And we had Sarah Palin over here at Rickenbacker with thousands of people lined up outside who couldn't even get in. We had the nationwide rally with Governor Schwarzenegger, and we had phone calls for a week leading up to that event asking if Sarah Palin was going to be there. It was an unprecedented generator of excitement and energy among our volunteers. So I think that in itself was a net plus.